And we are ready to go. Now, I know, bear with me. I know what you're saying. Haven't I seen this motherfucker with these things in the background, wearing the same fucking t shirt like a scumbag that he is? Yes. And, well, I'm not really starting to stink as of yet, but the thing is that I really don't have all the time in the world to film, so when I do film, I go berserk and I start filming these huge marathons of like 5 or more videos. So just bear with me. I'll probably have something different in the next one. Who knows? But here's the topic for today. So, y'all probably know, like even Travis had on his channel in one of his podcast episodes, wherever he had something like, "Can we please stop talking about Khaled?" So the idea is that ever since we had guys like, well, Schoolboy and Juji and Larry, it was all nice and fun and whatever, but like apparently the world of arm wrestling was taken by surprise when Khaled, I think his previous name was Awa, but yeah, I think now he's known as Khaled, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, ever since he appeared on the social media scene, like everyone keeps talking about him, and they're either in awe with his performance or they're kind of skeptical. And this video right here is not necessarily to talk about him. It's more like the principle of what Khaled, the phenomena, means in general, and why this is not the first time we were seeing this, and why it won't be the last time. And what I think in general, when people reach these amazing conclusions like, guy X is undoubtedly the strongest arm wrestler, power lifter, boxer, whatever, bodybuilder, you name it, right? We always have like these, well, nobody's stronger than Eddie Hall or Thor, or a few years ago, Mariusz Pudrianowski, or nobody's stronger than Mike Tyson, or as a boxer, or nobody was stronger than Ronnie Coleman as a bodybuilder. And now in arm wrestling, we had nobody was stronger than Dennis, or now with Dennis taking a bit of a break, nobody's stronger than Levon, so on. So I'll give you my opinion. So let's go back to Khaled. He came out of nowhere. People were even skeptical, saying that it's bullshit. He must have arm wrestling experience, prior experience, and so on and so forth. I'm not even going into that thing, because even if he has or he hasn't, I believe he probably doesn't have, at least not too much. The idea is that, unfortunately for you and me and everyone else, and unfortunately for the hype of the sport, no matter how much you're trying to pinpoint and finger point some guys as being the top dogs, yes, they are the top dogs because they are they're the guys in the game, actively, at it, going at it, and they are who they are, and there's no one higher than them in that particular sport. But when it comes to incredible genetics, when it comes to who's the strongest, who's the fastest, who's the most whatever, flexible, agile, explosive, powerful, whatever feats of wonder you're trying to talk about, it is my firm conviction that the best, whether it's strongest, fastest, whatever, the best will always be someone you haven't heard of and you most probably won't ever hear of until he will put both hands on his chest and go 6 feet under. Why? Because first of all, let's look at some facts. Number one, we are already past 7 billion on Earth. Number two, like if you just take a look at the gene pool, again statistically, it's very improbable for people to kind of have like a sport, and the sports to have like, I don't know, 0 point whatever percent of the total Earth's population, and within that minuscule percentage of athletes competing in that sport, again to have like 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 guys who are the best, like the strongest, the fastest, the whatever. Guys, it's my firm belief that there are people far, far away in places you've never even heard of. You don't even know where they are on the map. Places, secluded places in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, in the Americas, near the poles, who knows, in the Antarctica regions. Who the fuck knows? There are people who are probably living somewhere in a village, on a farm, in a tribe, or just living a normal life, having a daily job, who are not even training properly, who are not eating properly. They might be very poor. All of the improper conditions that you might think of when it comes to training the human body in order to reach its highest peak. So I'm absolutely convinced that guys like Khaled are just the tip of the iceberg. I think actually even Khaled says that he has brothers that are way bigger and stronger than he is. So just within his own family, he's probably honestly saying he's not the specimen, right? So imagine his community. Imagine his, whatever city or country or continental level or whatever. Imagine just how many such people exist. It's almost like the whole statistic with how many planets there are, and it's just so many stars and so many planets around so many stars, chances of life should be blah blah blah. Same thing, same logic applies here. I'm not saying that logic with the planets and alien life and whatever has any truth to it, but just the same mechanics applies in our discussion. So I think that at this point on planet Earth, not to go haywire, on planet Earth there are probably thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people who are probably genetically gifted with such levels of, call it whatever, that they are already at the present time, or in general at any given point in time, they're ready to outperform some of our highest sports elite that we ever had. And what I want you to understand is that I'm saying they are already probably able to do this without any special training, nutrition, rest, whatever. Imagine you start adding these ingredients in. When you see people like Levon or like Dennis and you think they are inhumanly strong and they have alien genes and whatever, again, look at their history. I think they have very good genetics, and they did I mean, they reached their peak with optimal everything, nutrition, rest, training, whatever, right? So I think that some of those guys, without even being aware of the sports that we have, or even being actively involved mentally or physically in any such activities, I think some of those guys can already, um, you know, pose a shitload of problems to our top, considered top guys. Again, not to mention what the fuck would happen if you would put them uh, on the right, training and rest and chicken breast and broccoli and rice, and that's it. But not seriously now. Without any other thing being involved, just with training and rest and food alone, that they're probably not having access to right now, I think we would probably be seeing feats of strength and wonder, probably 3 times the numbers, or 2 times or 5 times. I'm not sure. The spectrum is so unpredictable. I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised if you wouldn't see some guy from like a remote island somewhere without even having proper clothes or whatever. I don't know, max out like 3x or whatever any of the top PRs set by our industry standard guys that we all know, that are at the top of their game in whatever sports they're involved. So yeah, that was kind of like my rant, but I mean, I don't just like to hear myself talking, because these thoughts have been here for a great deal of months, years, whatever. So I'm actually more inclined in asking you guys, what do you think? And that was my shoulder that popped. Talk about why I'm not actively involved in any. Yeah, nice sound effects. So yeah, back to the point. I'm actually asking you guys, what do you guys think? Do you think I'm super fucking delusional in thinking that there are unknown guys out there that could outperform our top tier guys, or do you think that actually the gene pool is so fucking vast that we haven't even begun? We haven't even begun. It's too late. Scratching like the surface. I'm just curious, like, are you on this side of the spectrum in terms of bias and views? Are you on this side of the spectrum, or are you somewhere in between? And if so, please let me know just what exactly are your thoughts on this subject. And just as you've probably been used to by now, I'm usually going a little bit crazy when I fucking need to close the videos. So until next time, I really want to see what you guys have for me. Yeah, see? So why don't you go there and subscribe, like, and share? I hate and trolls. See? Yeah, see? I guess if this is your first time watching, you're probably wondering, what the fuck is this? It's kind of like becoming a manic tradition for me to just go haywire stupid as soon as I'm heading for the record button and shutting this motherfucker up. So yeah, till next time. Bye bye. Yeah.